the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Etiefo aye pinso ewa NDC presidency hono na ede na ekos ashama for na ashase with letter chinchirinche to say the demonstration hit His Excellency John Dramani Mahama about an appointment on Taoye. Ede na ekos the National Democratic Congress started on appointment prekope na shama for ashase na letter chinchirinche ma twema His Excellency John Dramani Mahama efa an appointment efa NCCA ene GRA chiso odwene ho a onte ase NCA the almost de bid fiango on sem fata kora hwe ono ye NPP ni na akwa appoint no na I come here say yewura fiango owo some special unique bia eno na NDC supporters no muhue na eno any ade a almost ne omontiase ne ntiase china na ohwe asisi omko storming or GRA hono na ya ade so later omotwere lawyer Paul admocher trans ya walking came no chese we there it's not nan kan betimi atwero akoma communication minister mpo nan ka ono address na straight to the presidency some by demonstration etia His Excellency the current president John Dramani Mahama there and what the etiefo and we measure NDC for omaka ho apia na we die e twem na we do we lawyer Paul admocher a lose control enye easy yanko nyengoti lawyer Paul admocher emra ode nsem no etudwa mra
resisted by party foot soldiers, or as they call themselves, the party faithfuls. They don't like some of the decisions. And you see that they make these statements before the decisions come. It means that somebody who is part of the decision-making process is telling them that, what's his name again? Fianco? Mr. Fianco is about to be appointed as the boss of the NCA. Tonight we had a podcast here that we'll show to our viewers. It's a short one on MPP, and then we'll deal with that. But this one is NDC. I'm not sure why the foot soldiers or we the foot soldiers think that the person making the appointment doesn't know who he is dealing with. The person who is making the appointment and the key people who are making the appointment, they very well know who this man is. They know who Fianco is. They know his capabilities. They know him. They've dealt with him. Maybe the ways in which Mr. Fianco has dealt with the leadership of the party is not the same way in which the foot soldiers know him. The foot soldiers may not know him. But this is a group of people who are running a show. You see, they are running an election. So yes, I'm foot soldier. I went to campaign in Ashaman. Fianco was not there when I was campaigning. It was raining and the rain beat me and I campaigned for NDC. And now NDC has won elections and you go and bring this man who came to close down Radio Gold to come and be director at NCA. I will not accept it. What is the authorities looking at? The authorities are looking at, we have NCA to manage. So MPP has managed NCA for 8 years. We are taking over NCA. Who and who have the critical skill that will make us take over the NCA in a comfortable way? And the most important question, can we trust them? They ask those questions before they talk about Fianco. So this democracy, and I'm leading this to the conversation we had at British Council Hall on Tuesday, which I'm going to be showing to you in some detail today, about the Democracy Hub issue of constitutional amendment. So this is the thing. The center here, President John Dramani Mahama, before he decided, I don't know whether he's made that decision, but that's what the information came out this morning, that he was preparing to make the decision, and party full soldiers said he shouldn't make the decision. I know that party full soldiers want Ay3butubutu for the job. I know that Ay3butubutu is competent. I know him. He used to be at NITA under President Mohammad's first term. In fact, Ay3butubutu and some judge used to sit on the same board at NITA in 2016. So Ay3butubutu is also in the technology space, and apparently he did a good work with the NDC during the 2020 first of all and 2024 election. So Ay3bututu is qualified, competent to occupy. But if President Mahama was thinking about giving the job to another person called Engineer Reverend Fianco, there has to be, President Mahama is not going to give a job to somebody that he doesn't trust. He's not going to give a job to somebody that he doesn't know. He's not going to give a job to somebody that if they ask him a political question, is he going to answer it blue or white? President Mahama will know all those. Every president will know that before he tries to give the appointment. But this is what has happened in our democracy. The top is talking to some people and the down is not aware of it, and they cannot be aware. You see, because when you go to cast your ballot, somebody must decide in a room that on voting day, what are we going to do? Bring this guy, bring this guy. Voting day, we have 38,000 police stations. How are we going to man the 38,000 police stations? Bring a system, a model that allows us to cluster the 38,000 police stations into 21 out of 38,000. Each of the 20 now will be led by this person. That person will do this. This one will do that. And then when the results come in, we are not going to allow the opponent to cheat us. Every vote that is for us will be counted for us. They make those decisions. In making those decisions, some people help them. Food soldiers, please, are we together? Are we together? I mean, I'm one of you. Are we together? In making those decisions, when the center is making those decisions, some people help them to make those decisions. And I'm going to show you a video where Professor Kofi Abochi is saying that some people have won elections right now. Some people funded that election. They expect to be paid back. How are we going to pay them back? So this is the problem. So, Mr. Fianco, how are you? I know that you're a great engineer, and I know that you have worked loyally for the state of Ghana, because Fianco has worked in NDC and NCA. He was thought to be very important to the NDC, NCA. MPP came. Mr. Fianco was thought to be very important to the MPP, NCA. So you can tell that this Fianco man has something professionally that both systems really want. And now a system has come in place that knows him so well that they think that he should lead. But the food soldier said no. So I'm hearing that the decision has changed. Power to the people, they say. Power to the people. Okay, another one here. NDC group decry appointment of Anthony Kwesi Sapon as acting Ghana Revenue Authority boss. What is the crime of Anthony Kwesi Sapon? Anthony Kwesi Sapon, they say he's MPP. So they don't want him there. But fellow viewers and food soldiers, a president of Ghana, having fought this election, won the election by 100%, you think that he doesn't know what Ghana Revenue Authority means? And this is a former president, former vice president, former minister. You think he doesn't understand what Ghana Revenue Authority means? What GRA means to the success of his government. This is a government that has promised tax cuts. They promised to cut e-levy. They promised to cut betting tax. They promised to cut all of these taxes that are generating revenue for a developing third world economy. Every developing third world economy means that they need so much money. And this is a government that is promising to cut the tax because the people thought that the taxes were unbearable. And the government's promise to cut the tax resonated with 57 point something percent of the total voter population of 18 million people. Now, the man becomes president of Ghana. You really think that he doesn't know what to do with Ghana? That he's going to bring an MPP guy to be GRA boss in such a critical situation? Dear food soldier, if you do not know Anthony Kwesi Sapon, do not please assume that he's MPP. Because President John Dramani Mahama and his team is critical thinkers who have been thinking about Ghana Revenue Authority. And mind you, they were thinking about Ghana Revenue Authority before December 7th. Before December 7th, they were thinking about Ghana Revenue Authority. They were thinking about it. So, I don't know where that leaves us food soldiers, but when a president makes an appointment, he very well knows who he's talking about. He very well knows who he's talking to, and he knows his relationship with that person, and he knows how that person is going to work to redeem the promises, and he knows how that person is going to work to achieve the ambition. So I don't understand it when food soldiers say we don't like this person. My dear food soldier, you are not the one making the appointment. You have contributed your quota. You have done well. The party recognizes you. The party knows about you. The party is going to work in government in such a way that things will be better for not just you, but for all Ghanaians. So allow the roles to function. The president has a responsibility to appoint people. It is a political question. Leave it for the president. There, of course, even when people are going to parliament, the parliamentary standing order said that those of us Ghanaians can write to parliament and say this person is not good, or this person is not good, or that person is not good. There is a reason why, for the appointment of entities such as Ghana Revenue Authority, the 1992 Constitution did not require the president to share that responsibility with parliament. When the president is appointing ministers, deputy ministers, common fund administrator, the national constitution requires the president of Ghana to share that responsibility with parliament according to Article 78 and 79 of the 1992 Constitution. 78 is the appointment of ministers. 79 is the appointment of deputy ministers in consultation with the minister appointed under 78. The Constitution said so. When the Constitution established the Ghana revenue system, it did not require the president of Ghana to appoint the GR executive with parliament. When it established Tema Oil Refinery, Ghana National Petroleum Company, Ghana Airport Company, Ghana Cocoa Board, the national constitution did not find reason to say that His Excellency the President should share the decision of these appointments with parliament. So when he appoints a GRA executive, it's a fait accompli. That's what the right the constitution gives the president. And the constitution trusts that no president is going to appoint people against his interest. Sometimes, politically, with the benefit of hindsight, we are able to see that some appointments have worked against the president. We may be in one situation like that in Ghana now. But sometimes we see it only with the benefit of hindsight. And even that, it is aspects of the person's characterization and disposition. It may not even be the person's substantial work. It is his disposition. And because when you're appointed to a public office, the office is public. That's really what it means. It's public. It's not a company that belongs to a group of people, shareholders. It's a public company that belongs to all Ghanaians. Yesterday, I was reading on Facebook and somebody said that, do you know that when you are tired, you can go to a police station and say that you are stranded and they will keep you for at least 24 hours? They won't keep you in the cell, or they'll keep you nicely. It is the law. Because the police station is public. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is public. So if you show up there and they ask you, what do you want here? You say, I want to see the minister. Why? Because I'm Ghanaian. I have a problem. Oh, okay. Come to the problem center. Then they take the problem center. They say, okay, what's your problem? You say that I'm a Ghanaian student. I came from Cuba. Then they say, oh, okay, that's why I want to see the minister. All right, this one, you can see the chief director. He's here. He's responsible for that. So go to room 219 and wait. They will mention your name. This is your number 52. You go to room 219. You are sitting down. They say, number 52, come to window 71. Then you go to window 71. You're a Ghanaian. That's why at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Okay, is your name so and so? Yes, you said you're a Ghanaian student. Okay. We just spoke into Cuba. Everything is sorted. But the minister has a message for you. This is a thank you card the minister says we should give to you. And they do it in America all the time. I'm talking about America, please. So when I say window 71, they do it in America all the time. You go to a State Department in America, you finish and there's a card signed by the minister. Thank you for coming. We hope you are satisfied. If you are not satisfied, please call this number. That is public service. They do it in America all the time. We should start doing that in Ghana. So your right to go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is that you are Ghanaian. That's about it. But the president has a right to appoint people where the law says he shouldn't even share that appointment with parliament. And then we say that we don't like it. Okay, is it okay for this to go? I think that we're doing some checks on it. So it's okay to go? All right, okay. Now, viewers, the reason why I was talking was I was waiting for this document. I hope I made sense, though. Because I was just trying to fill the space with something interesting and intelligent. Document, which everybody has seen. So in the studio this evening, we're just about to use it. So we looked at it and we thought that, no, let's do a final check. Because these days, these things come up. You don't know where it's coming from. So we said, let's do a very, very final check. Is there any way to check? And then they said there's a phone number there. We said, okay, call the guy. And that says, so the program had to start. So we started. And that's when you heard me talking about GRA and all that. So now it's ready. It's a statement by NDC loyalists against injustice, against the appointment of Anthony Sapon as Ghana Revenue Authority Commissioner General by H.E. John Mohammad. So this is what I'm talking about. The people say they don't like the guy. And they said they didn't want NCA. I saw some celebratory post on Facebook saying that, Oh, the NCA guy, they stopped him. Then I saw another one saying that minister designate is currently doing blah 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 blah. Okay, later tonight we're talking about constitutional amendments and the program that we had on Tuesday. It was fantastic. All the videos are ready for your edification. If you like the video, send us money. Go to your Momo, send good evening Ghana something Momo 1 cedi. Okay, all right. A statement by NDC loyalists against injustice, against the appointment of Anthony. All right, it says as follows. It has become pressingly necessary for us to issue this press statement in utter disappointment of the appointment of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's appointment of Mr. Anthony K. Sapong for the role of Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority. His Excellency has proven beyond doubt that he is a man who is poised to work in the interest of Ghanaians and to ensure that there is an equal distribution of his selection of appointees or nominations for critical offices of public service. And we commend him for the tough job he has been able to execute in the last 14 days. In fulfillment of his promise to Ghanaians, in all, the president has made some of the best choices for all sectors, and he continues to do for several corporations and institutions of state, with queues of National Democratic Congress loyalists who have put in their sweat and blood, literally, to give the party the magnificent, I think they mean, to give the party the magnificent victory it recorded in the 2024 election, still inexhausted. Hey, this thing is becoming difficult to understand. All right, let's move on. The hopes are that the people who got our great NDC party to this junction of our political journey will be adequately rewarded and not overlooked or sidestepped for whatever reason. But it has appeared that His Excellency John Mahama has failed to live up to the confidence that we have all placed in him, specifically in relation to his appointment at the helm of the Ghana Revenue Authority. His appointment of Mr. Anthony K. Sapong is shocking and disappointing because this man, who has direct ties to the opposition New Patriotic Party. In fact, Sapong was appointed by President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to serve on the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana ICAC in September 2020. But is that one a political thing? Institute of Chartered Accountants. Oh, viewers, right? The guy who wrote it, maybe we have to call him. Institute of Chartered Accountants appointment, I'm not sure it's political. But anyway, let's move on. What makes this the more troubling is the fact that such a person, who served together with other known MPP aligned personalities like Mrs. Mame Yatiwa Adodankwa, who also became the boss at the Economic and Organized Crime IOCO, will be given such a distinguished political appointment ahead of the wealth of other experienced NDC figures who have committed their sweat and blood to this great party, helping it win such a decisive election in 2024, as has been emphatically also represented in the Parliament of Ghana. We are, by this release, serving notice to His Excellency John Mahama that we are appalled and completely disgusted by this appointment to the GRA and demand that he, as a matter of urgency, recalls this appointment or risks facing unpalatable protest from us. We must state that the confidence, high expectations, and nationwide trust that Ghanaians have reposed in him and this NDC administration is something we are all happy about and will not intentionally wish to mar that. But if such moves as what has happened at GRA persist, we will be pushed to the wall to do so. The hard-working NDC members who were in the field and in the background, solidly working to get the party back to power, cannot sit and allow this. And Mr. President, respectfully, please do the needful. There are other people more deserving of this than this MPP stained person known as Mr. Anthony Kofi Sapong. Revolution is unabated. So this is where we are. This shouldn't happen. Mohammad Ashaman, lead activist. I think that you've done a good job, Mohammad. I think that you've worked hard for your party. I believe that your party recognizes this. I think that in due time, you and your cohorts will be recognized. And President John Dramani Mahama definitely respects what you have done for the party to give NDC such a victory. But, and it's a small but, Mohammed, you cannot threaten the president publicly because you belong to his party. You can't do that. That's not the democracy we are building. You cannot do that. You cannot threaten the president like that. You can't. So I beg you, I'm sure that all the NDC top executives from Sami James to everybody, they all recognize the work that Mohammad Ashaman has done. You and your people. And we saw the votes in Ashaman. I'm sure that your activities was not just in Ashaman. You cascaded it to Tema West, Tema Central, Tema East. You probably moved to Nungwa, where you may have met me on the street, on opposite sides. We fight some more. And then you moved to Teshi. And you cleaned up all of those seats. So, Mohammed, you did a fantastic job. And that's what democracy is about for young people. Being involved. Being active about who you want to be parliamentarian, who you want to be president, who you want to be vice president, being interested. That's what it should be about. And that's what gives us a great future for democracy. But you cannot, on the basis of that, issue a public threat to the president of Ghana that he didn't appoint somebody, that he has appointed somebody. That responsibility is given to the president by the constitution and by the law. So please, we cannot do that. If you have a problem, you can write to Felix Kwachi Ofosu. Write a letter. He is the Minister of State for Government Communications. Mr. Kwachi Ofosu, my name is Mohammad Ashama. I'm in Ashama constituency. Salam Mustafa is my boss. You know him. Please, we are not happy with this your GRA appointment. Tell President Mohammad that we are waiting for him in Ashama. He should come so that we can cheer him on because we have won a victory. His thank you tour, we are waiting. But we don't like this appointment. He should change it. You can do that, but you don't issue a public statement. Because John Mahama is no longer the NDC leader. He's president of Ghana. That's what he is. If I travel to Sierra Leone and they say, how many Ghanaians are here? I'll raise my hand. And they say that, who is the president of Ghana? I will say it's John Dramani Mahama. If I say it's Nana Akufo-Addo, they will tell me to stand aside and wait. The plane will go and leave me. Because Nana Akufo-Addo is not the president of Ghana anymore. John Dramani Mahama is the president of Ghana. So, Mohammed, when you write a letter like that, you are not writing to the NDC boss anymore. You are writing a letter to the president of Ghana. And it's unwarranted. It's a threat to the president. It's anti-democracy. You shouldn't do this. Okay. It's 10 o'clock now.